Trade unions in Turkey are holding a one-day strike in protest at the country's worst-ever mine disaster, which has claimed at least 282 lives. Thousands have taken to the streets in cities across the country. Clashes are reported to have broken out in Izmir. Meanwhile, President Abdullah Gul is visiting the scene of the disaster, as Turkey begins 3 days of mourning. Prime Minister Recep Tayyip Erdogan was booed and jostled by angry protesters during his visit to Soma on Wednesday. Anger also erupted against the government in several cities around the country. Small protests. Several unions are reportedly taking part in the 24-hour strike, and blame the privatisation of the mining sector for making working conditions more dangerous. Some 3,000 people have begun gathering in the Turkish capital, Ankara, to march on their Labour Ministry, the BBC's Turkish service reports. Protests have also begun in Istanbul. Police fired tear gas and water cannon on some 20,000 people who took to the streets in the western city of Izmir, the riot. Daily News reports. A union boss in the city was said to have been hospitalized. Those who pursue privatization policies, who threaten workers' lives to reduce cost, are the culprits of the Soma massacre. And they must be held accountable, said the Public Workers Union's Confederation. Rescue efforts continue at the mine in Soma, but there is little hope of finding anyone else alive. 8 bodies were recovered overnight, bringing the death toll to 282. Around 150 miners remain missing. President Gul called on Turks to be unified, to get over these hard times during his visit to Soma. He was speaking after meeting injured miners in hospital and touring the scene of the disaster. His visit was met by protests, but it was not the same level of tension that greeted the Prime Minister on Wednesday, there. BBC's Selin Girit reports from Soma. Scuffles broke out during Prime Minister Erdogan's visit. People booed him and kicked his car, calling for his resignation. He was forced to seek refuge in a shop at one stage. The town's ruling AK Party offices were also attacked. However, it was Mr. Erdogan's aide, Yusuf Yurkul, who made headlines on Thursday when photos emerged of him appearing to kick a protester in Soma. In the capital, Ankara, on Wednesday, police fired tear gas and water cannon at about 800 protesters who tried to march on their energy ministry. Water cannon was also used in Istanbul to disperse protesters in the main shopping street Istanbul. Mr. Erdogan has been criticized for being insensitive in his reaction to the disaster, after he cited numerous mining accidents throughout the world, including in Britain in the 19th century, in defending the Turkish government's record. He said every effort would be made to find the missing miners, and promised a full investigation.